Good day everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to episode number 10. We are into double figures on the East German Challenge, trying to get Dynamo Dresden to win the Bundesliga, and it's been going pretty much like that at the moment. So let's go and have a look and see what's been going on. Now, as you can see, we've had a start to the season. We've had a start-ish. Before going to the transfers, yeah, this is our start. We lost our first game of the season 2-1 to Hamburg and then drew 2 0-0s. to Dortmund and Dusseldorf. Now, the Dusseldorf one has really annoyed me. We should have won that, and I don't understand why. Yes, okay, we got through the Pokal round. The first round, no problem. That's fine. But that 0-0 has really annoyed me, and it's left us 15th with 2 points at the start of the season. Not good. Not good at all. But transfer-wise, well, we have spent a little bit of money. If I go back, I did bring in a couple of players, actually, in the January. You see? So, in the January, I actually brought in 3 players. Now, one of them, Italo Trelez, is actually one who I arranged the season before because his contract ran out. And he came in as a free transfer. Colombian centre-back who can play through the central midfield. Actually, a really good player. Again, another regen. I think he's got all the attributes to be a very, very good player. Very happy with that. He is also unhappy because he wants to get more playing time. He will get it this season. He will get it. And then also, I brought in January, Sandro. Central midfielder, again, to bulk out, but 5-star ability. I think this kid could actually be really, really good. Again, he wants to go out on loan for playing time, which I might actually let him do on that one, just to develop him a little bit more. And then, as I said, I've alluded to over the last couple of episodes, really struggling to get decent fullbacks or wingbacks. Well, Nico Williams, yes, Nico Williams, who plays for Forest in real life, bought him from Real Madrid. He went from Forest to Real Madrid, played 10 games, and then I brought him in the January, and he actually helped us towards the end of that season. It was a really, really good signing. Great experience. Yes, okay, he's 32, but he's still got the technicals and the mentals. The physicals starting to drop off a little bit, but I still think I'll get a decent season out of him anyway. Also, there was nothing... Oh, hang on. Sorry, I do apologise. No, get a date order. There was a couple of sales actually in the January as well. Chris Rigg left, unfortunately. He went to Southampton for 16 million because he wasn't getting the game time. And Stanislas Debodi, the one I bigged up in the last episode, I sold straight away. But seeing as I bought him for 2.5 million, Nantes came in with a 12 million bid. Now his value is up to 41. I think I might have messed up on that one. But we move on. And I sold another 25.5 million after the save point. Nearly 12 million from Valencia for Martin Vitic. Theo McLaughlin has left. He's gone to Al Shabab for 9 million. Andre Santos has gone back to Brazil for 6.5 million. And Maicon Ribeiro has gone out on loan to Karlsruhe. Now, I did spend a bit of money. So, on loan, Horace Wabo, 22-year-old English centre-back. I needed another centre-back to come in just to fill a space and just try and bulk out my centre-backs a little bit. So this guy's come in, 3-star, could improve slightly. Great agility and balance, great bravery. Defensive positioning needs working on, but from what I could get, he's probably the best of the bad bunch. Valentin Carboni, free transfer, 28-year-old Argentinian, shadow striker, attacking midfielder. Went from Marseille to Inter Milan. Inter Milan played him off and on, I think. He didn't get a massive amount of game time, and his contract just ran out. And I thought, you know what, I'll take a punt. 120 grand a week. I think he's our most paid player, should I say. But look at him. He's just as good, if not better, than Noah Darbner. So his experience could prove vital. Next was Manuel Bernardi from Independiente for nearly 7 million. An Argentinian striker I thought I'll take a punt on as well, because at one point I was expecting 1, if not 2 of my strikers to be sold. There was a lot of interest, but it didn't happen. So I've got an extra striker in. It's a good thing, I think. Then Antonio Martinez from Chivas, just over 6 million. Left back, Mexican, 24 years old. Great mentality, good consistency, great attributes all around, and could still improve as well. So I'm very, very great crossing and dribbling. Tackling not so bad. Positioning is the only thing that lets him down on the marking. So defensively wise, not as good. But going forward, yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And then Fabian Bonnemeyer from the Bayern second team for nearly 10 million. German, thankfully. Centre-back slash defensive midfielder, up to 5-star potential ability. Professional centre-back. Needs to work on his consistency, but I think this lad has got all the attributes that he needs to be a huge success. And with him being German as well, helps with that little homegrown quota. So that's the transfers done. What is our team looking like? Well, I've put Morgala in there for the time being, and Zapata, because Zapata has got the foot. Well, he did have 5-star, he's dropped down to 4-star now, but he actually has a better potential range than Dennis Simon, who has just stalled at like 3-star, 2.5-star. He's not getting any better. This guy could. So I thought I'll put him in for the season and see how he develops. Morgala, I'll put him in because he was whinging. I didn't want to let him go. So I'll put him in. I may come back in the January to remove him out just so he's had enough game time and see where we're at there. Because if I put in pick without restriction best 11, Morgala actually goes in, but Seaman goes in instead of Zapata. Then we have Trellis and Wabo and Martinez, so it looks a very, very different centre-back partnership and left-back. Decat holds that DM role. Wadrego and Doué. Carbone goes in, with Daubner going up front and Roos Fink coming in as a DLF. But we still have plenty of goals in our team. So I'm actually quite happy with that. So there we have it, guys. I'm going to roll the highlights reel. Let's go and see how we get on this season. Is the European football really going to affect us again? Or are we actually going to make a push for the Champions League spots this time? Let's go and find out, shall we? In the Pokal, it's as you were, and yet another disappointing second round exit to Hoffenheim. And in Ligue, despite impressive wins over Leipzig, Bayern Munich and Stuttgart, the task of managing European football is still too much for us as we finished 8th in the league and outside of European qualification. But speaking of Europe, we were in the Europa League, and after a rather impressive league stage, with wins like a 5-1 versus Feyenoord and a 9-1 battering of Dundee, we won 6 of our 8 games and qualified in the top 8. This led to Florence in the round of 16 and a 5-3 aggregate win there. Then it was back to Italy again, and this time it was in Naples, who we dispatched 4-1 on aggregate. This meant a semi-final trip to London and Crystal Palace, and after losing the first leg 2-1, we brought it back level, only to fall at the final hurdle and lose on penalties and miss out on a European final. Well, again, I can't help but feel a little bit deflated by that. Let's go and have a look at what's been going on. So, league table wise, we finished 8th this time. A little bit of a drop off on points wise again. Lost 3 out of our 5 games towards the end of the season, and on that fixture list alone we really shouldn't be. Not with the squad we've got. So I think in all honesty it is going to be time for a tactics change. 10 seasons of this narrow diamond formation and it just hasn't really worked. And I think that is me being patient and persistent enough with it. When we have a look at the table, obviously Leipzig won the title again, and if we have a look at the past winners now, it has been pretty much Bayern Munich and Leipzig. Leipzig have won it 3 times now. That's even more annoying. So, yeah, it's not good. But I suppose the one shining light of this season was the Europa League. Getting to the semi-finals of it was a real good run. And it ended up being a London derby in the end, and Palace ended up battering Chelsea, weirdly enough. So in the league phase, cruised it. Absolutely cruised it. 6 wins. Fiorentina, Reims, Dundee, Feyenoord, Ligue and Rapid. 1 draw against Slavia Prague. And 1 loss to Fenerbahce at home. That don't make any sense. But it meant we missed out the knockout round and went to the 16, where we knocked out Fiorentina. Another great result. Quarterfinals. Napoli. Brilliant result. And then we get Palace and they knock us out on penalties. They knocked us out on penalties. Oh, that's painful. That is painful. But it's nice to see, actually, Valentin Carbone got 10 goals. So he was joint 3rd. Roos Fink, highest average rating. Carbone with the most man of the matches. Daubner with the most assists. It's nice to see our players performing on the European stage. That is a good thing. When we have a look at the squad, look at the goals, Daubner got 21 and 21. Wow. He has got a beard. He's good. He's playing close to his full potential. He is wanted again, but by the big boys this time. That is not surprising when you're putting in a 42 goal contribution in 47 games without missing a game either, and an average rating of 7.26. That does not surprise me in the slightest. I've been trying my hardest to get him on a new contract as well to improve his buyout clause, but he's only got a year left and he will not sign it. He wants to move. I'm going to have to sell him at the end of this season, and I'm gutted about that. But I do have other players that can come in. Bondarenko wants a new deal because he got 13-3. Can he replace Dalba? Maybe. Carboni, 20-9 on his debut season. Brilliant. 16-5 from Roos Fink. Rodrigo, 6-7. Horace Weibo, on loan, got 8 goals. That's a brilliant return. Really, really good return. Thankfully. Desiree Doué, 5 goals and 12 assists from the central midfield. That is brilliant. Jean Santiago didn't get as much game time, and I don't think he's too happy. Yeah, he may be another one that has to go, but we could get good money for him as well. Morgala, I actually kept in all season, and he repaid me pretty well. He did really, really well. I'm very happy with that. And Zapata played all 45 games this season. Has he improved? He has, actually. There's a lot of up arrows. Yes. He wants a new deal as well, I'm betting. Yes, he is. So, whilst we're on the video, let's... no, in fact, no, I'll sort that out. Because if I ask the DOF to do it, he'll just trigger the release clause. So, yeah, I'm not gonna get the DOF to do that. I'll do it myself later on. So that's all the squad checked over. Financially, how was that European season done for us? Well, I don't think we've had all the money come through yet. I've only got 14 million in the transfer budget again. Hopefully, if I can sell Daubner, that'll bring in that 76 million and will give me a lot of money. But I definitely need to adjust the squad. Well, there we have it, folks. Season number 10 is over, done and dusted. No European football next season. We had a good run in the Europa League this year. We missed out on the chance of getting that Champions League qualification, which I'm absolutely gutted with. But you're going to have to join me for season number 11 to see what sort of tactic I can come up with to try and improve the fortunes of our team and really make a push for the league title. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you later. Ta-ra.